A local business owner has been left with quite a mess after someone broke into their Flower Bluff office over the weekend, taking virtually everything. That break-in happened in the 9700 block of SPID, and our Bill Churchwell spoke with the business owner who hopes surveillance video can help solve this case.
It was a bizarre break-in. The crooks spending hours inside the office building ransacking the place, but then they took items like computer equipment, office supplies, even coffee creamer.
So we back up to Redmond.
When Deanna Hevelin placed this doormat outside of her new location at Padre Island offices, she had no idea it would also invite a group of unwelcome thieves.
Everything in our office just totally gone or dismantled.
And when she says everything, she means everything.
Toilet paper, paper towels, things that have no value at all.
The burglary taking place over a 10-hour period from Friday night into Saturday morning.
They spent the night, made themselves at home, ate a snack inside.
Deanna says that it appears the burglars staged the break-in as if they were moving out, with items scattered across the courtyard.
And at each of the gates there was like a different pile of stuff that we saw through the security cameras.
Luckily, she says those cameras also caught the suspects. You can see this woman with short buzzed hair first forcing her way past the gate Friday evening. Hours later, the next morning, security video picked up something else.
We see two other people coming in with bicycles and a van showing up about 45 minutes after that, when all of the belongings were actually packed up and loaded away.
She calls the burglary disappointing, as she had just moved into the building last week.
So it is, disheartening to see people taking our things that, we've worked really hard for.
Police say the case has been handed over to an investigator. Bill Churchwell, 3 News.
And by the way, the landlord of the building says he has stepped up security after that incident.